And we're live for Sunday Service episode number 34. How are we doing tonight? We already got the homies in the YouTube chat. Sunday Service, boys, the last one of the year. 2024 is coming to a close. We didn't have a show last week after UFC 310 because I was still in Vegas. I was handcuffed, being trapped in Vegas. And then this Saturday, we drove to Tampa. Why would we go back to another casino after being in a casino for the past 4 days? I don't know why, but got rinsed at the tables Friday night. Tried to get it back Saturday morning. Did not go the best, but at the fights we did pretty damn well. I can't complain because my biggest play actually might have been my biggest UFC play of the year, at least as far as unit size that I gave out. My biggest UFC play of the year, Joaquin Buckley money line, and then we threw another unit on the KO. I felt pretty confident that Colby's washed, man. Colby's done. He has been done. It just hasn't been exploited because he's been beating these old dudes. And then everyone's like, yeah, well, he's only lost to the best of the best. You know, he's had some great fights with Kamaru Usman. He lost to Leon, but Leon's like one of the best in the world. It's like, whatever. Let me give you this advice, all right? Let me give this advice as far as UFC betting, okay? If a fighter loses and that you're going to give them credit for a loss, that's almost always a bad thing, okay? Because at the end of the day, they still lost the fight. And yeah, you can lose to the best of the best and keep it somewhat competitive. But when your wins are a 37-year-old Masvidal, a 38-year-old Tyron Woodley, and a 37-year-old Robbie Lawler, those are your wins in the last 6 years. Not a good look, man. Not a good look. So yeah, Joaquin Buckley went in there in his prime, got it done, and I think it's the end for Colby, boys. It's the end for Colby. I've never been a hater or a lover of Colby, honestly. I can appreciate his willingness to try to sell a fight. I think that's great and all. Can be corny at sometimes, but it is kind of fun just to watch. We didn't really get too much of it because it's a fight night. It's not a pay-per-view. We don't got the press conference, but he was kind of on some stuff throughout the week, which is cool to see. But at the end of the day, he's 36 years old, boys. You just don't have it anymore. Buckley's in his prime, 30 years of age. He's on a nice little win streak, and it was easy money. It was easy money on Joaquin Buckley, and capped off a great night for us and a great year in 2024 for the Home of Picks members. We damn near hit the 5-legger on underdog, too. We almost hit that one. Bruno Silva just went over by, 10 significant strikes, and there were all little teep kicks, just the cheapest stuff. So almost hit the 5-legger on underdog, and then we went 6 of 8 on the better picks plays. So almost hit the 8-legger too. $100 to win $10K. Let me tell you this, all right? Since it's the last show, I'm going to read the chat real quick here, but since it's the last show, I saved my precious black cherry Zinachino. I got one left. I saved it just for this show because these are special to me, okay? You can't get these in the U.S., but I saw there was one left. Really wanted it, but I'm like, nah. I'm going to save it for the Sunday service because we've had a great year. It's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. And hopefully y'all had a great year as well, and we can have a better 2024. Black cherry Zinachino, top lip. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. We're ready to rock with this Sunday service. The YouTube chat is popping off. The IG chat is popping off. UFC Freak. It is a special occurrence, bro. Special occurrence. The black cherry Zinachino. You gotta throw it in. Nick Barrera's been in here. Jordan Mayer, 7 KOs, 6 decisions, and no subs. I did realize that there's no subs, so there's no way you could have hit a cycle parlay. And my cycle parlay was Piero Rodriguez decision hit. Joaquin Buckley KO hit. And Joel Alvarez by sub. And he smacked up Drakkar Klose on the feet, had an arm under the neck. If he wanted the sub, he could have got it. He could have just latched up that choke, and we would have cashed. But I think he liked the KO because he had the arm under the neck, but he just punched him out from that. Drakkar was pretty much toast. So, yeah, no subs. That kind of sucks. I love me a sub prop bet. And when they're not cashing, it's brutal. I hate Colby ass. Lost me money. He's bro, why are you betting on Colby? I appreciate you, Parlay Princes. You're doing some great work as well, brother. And that parlay was tough. You're not reading the chat. You're just running your mouth, so I'm out. Well, see you later, brother. Sorry you lost money. Good, Ramon. No one wants to listen to the raffle off the Zin. Hey, I might have to get some more black cherries, bro. Colby will be back. He will prove everyone wrong. I don't think he's going to be back, brother. Sorry, but I'm sure he's made a good amount of money in the UFC, and there's a lot of other stuff he could do. I actually kind of think I had a thought that Colby could retire from MMA and just go to like the WWE. Like that's pretty much what he is right now. He's a WWE talker, and then he gets in the cage and he's too old, too slow, too small. His weaponized cardio that was the best part of his game is pretty much gone. Because once you get older, the cardio starts to slow down a little bit. You just don't have it anymore. Especially not up against like an up-and-coming guy like Buckley. Buckley's in his prime. Maybe if you gave him like a Masvidal rematch, he could probably win that. But he's not going to beat any of these up-and-coming guys. And he's not really going to bounce back against anybody good. So it's over for him. It's over. Made some good Christmas money on Cub Swanson. What a fight that was. Oh, my God. The last 3 fights of the night were all really good. But they all ended with a third-round TKO. I guess a couple of them were just straight KOs. One shot and gone. Right crosses, too. But the last 4 fights in the night, all round 3 KOs. When has that ever happened? Imagine you parlayed Dustin Jacoby, round 3 KO. Manel Kopp, round 3 KO. Cub Swanson, round 3 KO. And Joaquin Buckley, round 3 KO. You would be a bajillionaire, bro. A bajillionaire. Should have done it. Ramon threw the fight and told the gangs that are after him to bet Davey Grant. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. I don't believe that is true, but I do believe that Ramon needs to add some more to his game, bro. Ramon is he's too one-dimensional. He's all boxing. As much as I love boxing, in MMA, you need more. Bro, so many celebs popped out for UFC Tampa, even though the card didn't have huge names on it. Yeah, I was in a suite with Hulk Hogan, bro. I was in a suite with Hulk Hogan. Out of respect, I didn't try to go up and ask him for a picture and stuff. But I was like, damn, that's Hulk Hogan. And then people were telling me he's going to walk out Colby Covington. I'm like, that explains why he's here. Otherwise, why else would he be here? But that was pretty crazy. And then after the fights, Matty Betts hit up Dustin Jacoby, and Dustin Jacoby came and played blackjack with us. That was a good time. Jacoby's a fun dude. Shout out Jacoby getting that round 3 KO. That was a crazy fight. I guess it really wasn't that crazy of a fight. It was getting a little bit boring, but that knockout was crazy. That knockout was nuts. It came out of nowhere. Petrino's a scary dude. Jacoby's 1-4 in his last 5. But he battled, got that $50K bonus too. And I thought he was going to slap it at the blackjack table. Not the case. All right. He probably going to invest that $50K instead of throwing it at the blackjack table. Smart man. Something about betting. You got to leave your emotions aside. I actually like Covington, but I know history shows age is inevitable. That's so true, bro. That's so true. It comes a time. And sometimes it's not even age, man. Sometimes it's not even age. It's just the fact of you've climbed the mountain. Like Colby's fought in 3 title fights. Lost all of them. He's climbed the mountain multiple times. And now he's got to face some up-and-coming guy that's on his his ascent to the top, it's just a different type of motivation. Like once you get to the title fights, you start making some good money. Buckley hasn't seen that good money yet. So he's more motivated than Colby would have ever been. Colby's looking to be a professional poker player. Just a lot different, man. Just a lot different. Needs to cut to 155 to fight Poirier. Well, Poirier said he would never fight him. I believe him. I don't think Poirier would ever fight Colby. Jacoby sold my hook and parlay with that KO. He actually sold my bet on the premium bets. I had the fight to go the distance, and I thought it was cashing. And then all of a sudden, Vitor Petrino sleeping on the floor. I was like, what the hell happened? Just a nasty right hand caught him. It's crazy. Colby's gimmick is saved because of the stoppage. That's why he didn't even argue. And people are still going to think he's that dude. LOL. Yeah, that's facts, actually. That is facts. Dr. Stoppage built-in excuse. That is facts. I mean, Colby's a guy. This was my worry. Funny DJing in the IG chat. What's going on, brother? Very fun weekend with my boy. This is the thing with Colby. He's only been knocked out once, and it was by Kamaru Usman, and it was like a questionable stoppage, but like he got his ass beat. And Colby's the guy that he doesn't want to go out cold. He'll get in a scrap, and he'll get all bloodied up, but he's never going to go out cold. Like he's not going to go out on his shield. But the doctor stoppage was kind of a built-in excuse, you know. I don't think he said anything after. I don't think they gave him the mic. I think we kind of dipped right after. I'm not going to lie. We tried to beat the traffic, but if he got on the mic, he probably would have said something like that. Quarantino kind of looked like he was moving underwater. Yeah, he's getting old too, man. He's getting old too. But I think it was 1-1 going into the third, and it looked like Billy was starting to turn up the pace a little bit, and then just gets caught with a nasty right hand. Do you think Joel Alvarez will become a ranked fighter in 2025 as well? Who do you think the fighter of the year is? If Alvarez stays active, he will be a ranked fighter by the end of 2025. That's for sure. But apparently, he's just not the most active guy. Like he's had to sit out for extended periods of time, and that's why he's not getting a top 15 guy, which makes sense because they need to like trust you to stay active if you're in the rankings. So if he stays active, eventually he will get a top 15 guy, and I think he's definitely top 15 material. Fighter of the year to me is Ilia Topuria, just because of the level of competition. Shama, what up, James? Shama, who do you got between Islam and Arman and Merab versus Umar? That's tough for me because as much as I think the V parlay probably does smack, it's tough to take anyone against the two guys in Arman and Merab. Like Arman is good. Arman is really good, and he's probably, what is his odds right now? Actually, I'm curious. So I saw he was like plus 200 or something like that. Plus 200 is pretty nuts. I wouldn't say it's nuts, but it's like, it's very tempting. Plus 270 on Arman. Plus 270 on Arman. Ugh, that's pretty tempting. And a plus 230 on Merab. I feel like if you played one of those or both of those, you have a decent chance of cashing one of them. But Umar probably going to be able to out-wrestle Merab. And he's probably going to be able to outstrike him. So it's going to be tough for Merab. But Merab's pace might just not allow him to work, kind of like the Piotr Jan fight. And then Arman versus Makhachev. I think Islam's striking is a little bit sharper, but Arman can probably counter-wrestle a decent amount, and I think he'll make it close. I think you could probably bet both fights to go to a decision. I don't see a finish in either one. Both fights to go to a decision would probably be my way to go about it, just to look at the pay-per-view in, a month's time? Damn, we got to wait a month for the pay-per-view. Built a career off 2 losses to Usman, yeah. I mean, you gotta give him credit, though. I mean, he's capitalizing. Jacoby versus Vitor, Usman versus Jorge, too. Bro, that's literally what I said as soon as it happened. Because Vitor was going for that left hook. that left hook, but he just got caught with the straight right, and he dropped the same way that Masvidal did. Real ones had Buckley KO 3 and 4, so the doctor stoppage doesn't matter. That's facts, bro. That's facts. I said Buckley KO within 3, and I thought it would be round 3. I thought either the damage would accumulate and Buckley would just eventually be able to tee off, or Colby might have like a round of wrestling success and then Buckley would turn it up. Trina trying to kill us. Come on. Trying to kill us in the IG chat. Hi, 100 units before the year ended. Credit to you, dog. I appreciate that, brother, in the IG chat. 100 units on the year, boys. Could not be happier to crack the 100 unit mark. But we're not finished, actually. We're not finished because we got a boxing fight next week. Tyson Fury, Alexander Usyk. And I think we got a couple regional shows I might throw a couple bets on. So we'll see. We'll see. Maybe we can add to the total, add to the tally. Thoughts on the Jack Shore retirement package? Bro, I'm sad to see him go. Honestly, I'm sad to see Jack Shore go because we made a lot of money fading him his last, 3 fights? I think it was 3 fights, 2 or 3 fights. Never been a Jack Shore believer. Bro hung him up. For someone who wants to make money off of betting, what do you think is more profitable, DFS apps or sports books? For me, DFS has been more profitable, but it could change either way. I would recommend you probably play both. But if you want to be profitable, you just got to have bankroll management and discipline. Don't chase when you're down, and stick to your bets that you feel confident in or that you think have good value. Don't play bets that don't have good value. If you see value, you play it. If you don't see value but you think it wins, don't play it. Dagestan parlay. LOL. Yes, facts. I can't go a whole month with no UFC. It's not quite a whole month, but it is close, bro. It is close. The break is long. Islam and Umar parlay. I can't argue with that, Paul. I took Ajay's picks for a few months on Underdog Fantasy. I ran my account up to 700 and my girlfriend's account. Let's go, parlay. Let's go. Let's go. Looking at my Underdog account right now, I think I started with like $300. I have over 10,000 now. My better account, I started with either $200 or $300, and I have over 8,000. So we made some great money this year on DFS. I got to go through and calculate what the profit would be between the 5 legs and the 8 legs on better picks, because I don't really keep track of that, because it's kind of hard to keep track of if people would tail, because it only happens every once in a blue moon. But when it happens, it covers a lot of losses in between. But we're definitely up a good amount of money on that. But DFS this year, just on 2-leggers alone, I think it was 66 units. Just pretty nuts, man. Pretty nuts. I thought Colby was winning before they stopped it. He was not winning. He was down 2-0. Sorry, brother. The golden rule: if they're close to a minus 1,000, they usually go the distance. That is pretty true. That is pretty true. You probably make some good money just taking fights to go to a decision in a minus 1,000. How often do you in-game bet, even if it's to hedge? Not very often, but I do like to check the live odds and see what the books think about a round. And if I agree, then that's cool. But if I disagree, then I might jump in on the side that I think won the round. Advice on bankroll management. Definitely taking notes with these tips you're giving. Bankroll management, you got to have a set amount of money that you're willing to bet with. Keep that amount and adjust your units based on the amount. So say you have $1,000 and you make 10 units on one card, just for easy math. So $1,000, a unit would be $10. So you'd be up $100 then. So then your bankroll would be $1,100. You adjust that. So then your unit would be $11. If you go down, it's the same way. But just adjust your bankroll. The biggest thing is to just have a set amount of money that you're willing to bet with. That's your money. If you lose all of your units, so if you're down 100 units, you're done. And you can reset the next year. But it'd be pretty hard to do. And just don't go like super heavy. So personally, I'm never going to go over a 10 unit play. 10 unit is a max play. And I think I've only gone over like 5 units 4 or 5 times this year. A base play for me is like a 1 unit play. A 1 unit play. Rarely would I ever go over like a 2.5 unit play. Thoughts on Johnny Walker fighting another power puncher, bro? Gonna get turned into a slinky again. Yeah, that's probably a Guskov KO. I think Guskov could probably find the chin. Started with $100 on both accounts, and they both got up to 700 literally because of you. So what I tell people, boys, I'm telling you, just tell my DFS plays, and you will make money in the long term. You will make money in the long term. What's next for Colby and Buckley? What's next for Colby? I think Colby, he's going to have to, for one, he'll probably sit out for a long time again, but he's going to have to fight somebody. Honestly, I wouldn't mind Colby versus Gilbert because Colby will probably be like number 9. Gilbert's number 8. I don't think that's a bad fight. I think you could do that on the Miami card next year whenever they have it. That would be a nice fight. But Colby's got to fight somebody not in their prime if he has any chance of winning. Like if they match him up with a Michael Morales, he's getting smoked. If they match him up with a Carlos Prates, he's getting smoked. Maybe you could give him Wonderboy Thompson, but I don't know. I don't know. Even if you match him up with Jeff Neal smokes him. So there's a lot of guys that he's going to get ran through against. And I think Gilbert probably runs through him too, but at least they're similar in age and similar in ranking. Wonderboy might have trouble dealing with the takedowns, but Wonderboy probably beats him too. I'm just looking at the rankings right now. I don't think there's a lot of guys that Colby beats in the rankings. There's not a lot. Because there's a lot of good up-and-comers between 12 and 15. It's like, slim pickets, bro. Slim pickets. You called me a bad word last time and you want to apologize. I don't remember, but I accept your apology. I thought Rocky should have lost on Rocky 2 for the foul in round 11. Okay. Cash on my goat, Sean Woodson. Dude, Sean Woodson made that guy look stupid, bro. Stupid. Fernando Padilla looked like he was drunk out there. I don't know what that guy's game plan was, but he literally just went in there with his chin up and just getting countered left and right. Sean Woodson's boxing is nasty. Who do you think Dustin's last fight will be? Thinking Max or Justin again? I think it could be Max, low-key. I think it could be Max. Yeah, Dustin made that announcement. What did he say? Like, there will be blood. See you soon. There will be blood or something like that. So, yeah, I think Max would be a decent matchup if Max is dead set on moving to 155. That seems right. UFC St. Louis and Tampa fed on the under. The unders were kind of smacking last night, boys. Yeah, IG chat, fellas. I'm live on YouTube, so if you want to get a better viewing experience and most of the chats that I'll read, hop in the YouTube chat and drop anything in here, man. This is this is the Sunday service where we go over the card, but we don't really got anything to look forward to. So we got the whole 2025 to look forward to. Maybe we could talk some future champs. I was actually looking at my predictions from the beginning of 2024 on who would be the UFC champs in every division by the end of 2024. Some of them are pretty bad, and a couple of them were actually correct. But yeah, maybe we could talk about it. I kind of want to hear what you guys got to say about 2025 champs. Who do you think will be the champions at the end of 2025 in every weight class? I'm gonna spitball here because I'll probably do a video on it, but I haven't really dove deep into it. Man, I've been watching your channel for a while, but I haven't commented. I just want to say I'm glad that you came out of the closet finally. Kamala Harris 2024. All right. All right. Thought he was going to retire that fight coming in with Hogan and Chael. Yeah, I kind of saw that too. I mean, before the fight, it seemed like having Chael there was supposed to be special. Yeah, he walked out with Hulk Hogan and Chael, and I'm like, bro, Hulk Hogan and Chael Sonnen is like half of your cornermen. Is this a joke? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing here? So yeah. El Phenomeno, future champ. Who's El Phenomeno? Really gotta throw nicknames in here, bro. Joe Alvarez. I don't think he's a future champ. The way that Armin did him showed the levels, but he'll be up there. My guess for Dustin's last fight is it's Miami and they bring back Nate, if not Gaethje 3. I hope it's in Miami. That'd be sick. Worst game plan forever for Padilla. I agree. Kopylov over Curtis. Is that booked? If that's booked, I don't know. I think Curtis could maybe get him. I'd be interested to see what the line is. I probably think Kopylov would be a slight favorite. Dana said that Dustin's next fight is in the works too. So if it's not just Dustin yapping, it's not just Dustin yapping. Yeah, that makes sense. I missed the Giannis fight. Is Buddy cooked or what? Dude, I wasn't watching that one like too intently, but I thought Giannis had a chance to win. Like I thought going to the scorecards, maybe Giannis would get his hand raised. Because every time I was watching, he was landing some good shots and walking him down. I don't know exactly. You might have to, if somebody watched that one more intently, drop it in the chat and tell me. Looked like shit his opponent played with his food and got bit for it. Thoughts on Navajo Sterling? Green fighter. Green fighter. Whatever happened to Steady Picks MMA? Also, what's up? They're still rocking and rolling, bro. They're still rocking and rolling. They got a great IG now. Real solid. I bet $20 on Energy to be champ at the end of 25 to pay 10K. Wow. A chip and a chance right there, Brady. Lightweights. I think Islam stays on up top. Probably. Colby even pre-ripped his shirt to try and be Hogan. Hot take. I think Bilal stays champ through 2025. I kind of tend to agree. bro. I kind of do. If Philly goes to 155, I say Diego Lopez is champ at 145 by the end of next year. Wow. Could happen. The thing is, like, sometimes things tend to move slowly. So we'll see. I think Michael Johnson is on a comeback. Probably not, but he can beat the lower level guys like Ottman Azaitar. Dana also said 100% Tom and Jones is going to happen. I don't know about that. I mean, if he says 100% going to happen, I kind of believe him. And it seems like they've been having a lot of conversations with Tom. Tom's been giving some updates, so that's cool. Manel Kape versus Royval Moreno. I think you got to do Manel Kape, Kai Kara France, bro. That one makes sense to me. Because people are saying Kai Kara France is next for the title, but Manel Kape has been. They've wanted to give Manel Kape a title shot for the longest time, bro. So I think they probably do that. If JDM and Usman fight, who you got? I got JDM, bro. I got JDM. Yanez, Marcos was a toss-up. Both came out swinging. Then Marcos shot for a takedown, doing enough to take the round. That makes sense. Yeah, I did see Marcos on top for a little bit. You think Jorge versus Luque is the fight to make for Jorge's comeback next year? I wouldn't be mad about that. I think that'd be a decent matchup. Decent matchup. Any predictions for main event for March 8th in Vegas? Maybe it could be Aspinall Jones. You never know. Could be. Bro, just got to read over my message. Sunday service, like always. Did I miss your message before? I don't think I did. But there you go. I read it. Kai Kara France still needs to redeem himself. A rematch with Moreno may get him the title shot. Yeah, probably. I mean, there's a lot of matchups you could make. It's just somebody's got to stand out because Pantoja's running through everybody, bro. Somebody's got to stand out. UFC 307 is card of the year, in your opinion, which was the Salt Lake City card. Was that really the card of the year? I actually got to look, kind of figure out what I'm thinking, bro. Roundtree, Pereira was solid. What else was on that card? Pena and Pennington? I don't know about that. Bro, it was not. That was not the card of the year. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's no way that was card of the year. Pena, Pennington, Bautista, Aldo, Delidze, Holland, Harrison, Vieira. There's no chance that could be card of the year, bro. I'm sorry. It was a great main event, but the rest of the card was not the best. Cannonier versus Rodriguez. I saw that. That's a sick fight. It's a sick fight. Good for RoboCop. Getting a little step up in the rankings, man. Dana said at press conference that Jones versus Tom is 100% going to happen, that Cop is not getting a title shot. Yes, I believe they're going to do Cop versus Kai Kara France. That's what I think. What's next for Dustin? Dustin Poirier or Dustin Jacoby? Poirier, probably Max Holloway. I would think. When is Strickland and DDP? DDP Strickland is February, I believe. In Australia. 3/12. Yeah, February 8th. Sydney, Australia. That's a good card. If they get Usman and Jack Della on that card, that's a good card. It's a crazy card, actually. February 8th, yeah. How was the crowd in Tampa? I've always wanted to go to a UFC event. Is the atmosphere crazy? Let me tell you this, Randy, all right? So I was in Vegas for the pay-per-view UFC 310 the week prior. And there was pretty much nobody in the crowd for the first fight of the night. And it took until probably the main card to start before it started to fill up. And when I got there for the first fight of the night in Tampa, that place was pretty filled. So there's a huge difference between a fight night in a city that doesn't get the UFC there all the time and a pay-per-view in Vegas. Because the UFC's in Vegas, 4 or 5 times a year for a pay-per-view or a fight night? People don't show up in Vegas until it's like the main card. But people were there. Like, it was actually pretty cramped for like the first fight of the night in Tampa. So Tampa crowd was popping, boys. Tampa crowd was good. I would honestly recommend, if you have never gone to a UFC event, I would recommend you go to a fight night in either your local city, somewhat near you, or just like somewhere close, like a fight night somewhere that doesn't get the UFC there all that often because people will show up early and the atmosphere will be good. 300 was card of the year. Can't debate that, honestly. Yeah, I agree. I think 300 is, I think it takes the cake. There's a lot of sleeper fights. Co-main was terrible, but prelims were cinematic. You talking about 307? Yeah, I mean the prelims were okay, but I believe Holloway beats Islam, Taporia, and Islam at 155. However, Armin is that guy. I think he beats Max and Islam, to be honest. So you think Holloway beats Islam? I don't know what you're saying here, Brady. You're saying some crazy stuff, bro. You think Holloway beats Islam? And Taporia at 55? However, Armin beats both Max and Islam. That's pretty wild, bro. Most pure boxer in MMA. Your opinion is Ilya? I would 100% agree, bro. He was the best boxer in MMA. I want to see Zabit come back. Don't we all? But he won't. Who would you match Rufi and Kyle up with next? Rufi is tough to match. And Kyle is in standstill after Izzy versus Imavov got booked. Well, based on the rankings, I think you could book Bahalio versus Whitaker. That makes sense. Kyle versus Whitaker. And then you could put Rufi versus pretty much anybody because he's probably going to need a couple more fights, bro. Probably going to need a couple more top 30, like somebody in the top 30. So maybe like a Matt Frivola or Faraz Ziam or somebody like that, bro. Like not like a huge name, but he's still going to need a few more fights before he gets anybody in the top 15. Buffer said sold out stadium. Yeah, it probably was. Stadium filled up and was sold out. They weren't just there for the prelims. Doing the $100? What do you mean? Facts. Theo Vaughn was watching prelims alone. Yeah, that's facts. He was. I posted a video on it. What's next for Fiziev? So what I've been told is that Rafael Fiziev is probably going to be rematching Mateusz Gamrot. But it's not confirmed, and who knows? But from what I've been hearing through the grapevine, Fiziev's probably going to rematch Gamrot because the first fight he got injured in, he's been out ever since. Of course, it was back for the first fight since they got that dog money on Rodriguez going. The thing is, or I should say, Shoujo. Everyone was cheering for Knudsen, bro. Everyone was cheering for Knudsen because they probably had her in their parlays. And after like round one, when she was getting taken down a bunch, they were like, "This is cooked, bro. This is cooked." UFC Canada does Canada dirty for pay-per-views, so I didn't go into any of the Canada events. That is so true. They do Canada the worst way possible, bro. It's pretty bad. Joel Alvarez versus Jalen Turner. That'd be insane. I think Alvarez could beat him, bro. Your favorite UFC event you've ever been to? I would probably say UFC 300 just because that card was insanely stacked. I don't think anything could top 300. Figgy and Cody, first fight of the night. Like we had Yuri Rakic on the prelims, bro. That was pretty nuts. And then Holloway and Gaethje. The ending to that was sick. Pereira, Jamal Hill. I think 300 was that's the best event I've been to. Who do you match Paulo Costa up with? Everyone at middleweight is getting one. Paulo Costa, I think you got to give Paulo Costa a winnable matchup. I think you got to give him like a Roman Dolidze. But I could also see Brendan Allen. You could give him Brendan Allen. That'd be a good scrap. But Paulo Costa needs a win, bro. Paulo Costa needs a win. Islam and Umar parlay. Max unit play. will set you up with a great balance for 2025. That's probably going to be a square parlay, but it might hit. UFC 312 early prediction. DDP, Strickland, and Suarez Wei Lee. Hoping Suarez finally gets the belt. Well, you know I'm on DDP. DDP's my boy. He's already beat him once. He's going to beat him again. And Suarez and Wei Lee, I am with you. I hope Suarez wins because I like Tatiana. But it's a tough one because I think Wei Lee's probably the better striker. And she's so good at with her ground game. So I think Wei Lee might pull that one off, but Suarez is a beast. She's a beast. Have you ever tried arbitrage betting? You can make an easy 10K for free. Yeah, you can arbitrage, but usually you got to get in on lines early before they move, and usually there's a cap. So when the line drops and this line's going to move, and let's say you put a bet on it, it's very hard to get a lot of action on. So it'd be really hard to get 10K on a bet on like an opening line because they usually cap it. Thoughts on Bashi and C-Rod? That one's tough because I think Bashi is a great prospect, but C-Rod's a tough test. He's a tough test, and a lot of people might be down on him for his last fight against Arosa, but Arosa could sub a lot of guys, man. Arosa could sub a lot of guys. So C-Rod's good. We'll see where that line comes out. I'm interested to see if Bashi will be the favorite or not. I think he might be. Just 'cause he's got a lot of hype. Do I think I could beat Padilla? Absolutely not, bro. Gamrot said fake news on Twitter to Fiziev being in the works. We'll see, bro. We'll see. Feel bad for Cops nuts. Yeah, dude, he's getting those absolutely worked in there, bro. Is the high lounge worth it in T-Mobile? It's a good question. Personally, I like to be in a lounge because I don't like being crammed in a seat. I like to get up and move around. And some people might like that. Some people might not. The Hyde Lounge is way up there, so you're not really going to have a great view of the live fights, but you get to watch on the TV. You get the atmosphere. It's a decent view. Like, you're not going to not be able to see it, but you're going to be far up there. But it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe up there. I've been up there before. I like it. And it's a pretty cheap lounge. Like, you're not going to pay a crazy amount of money to sit in a lounge. And the lounges are nice. McGrillen kid? I have not. What's up, brother? How we doing? Thanks for joining. Loki thought Gamrot got robbed against Hooker. Probably damage versus control type of thing. Zhang Weili, I'm from China. Remember me. Bro, I missed the co-main and the main event at 300. I was hot tubbing with a girl. Bro, you got to lock in. Co-main and main event at UFC 300. You got to lock in, bro. You got to lock in. You can't miss that. What's next for Vettori? Bro, I don't know. I guess maybe you could give him Brandon Allen. That would make sense. My Italian brother, Marvin Vettori. Lewis McGrillen won PFL Europe lightweight title. Kid throws down. Check him out. I will have to check him out. I knew there was a PFL Europe this past weekend, but I really wasn't interested in it just because I was more locked in on the Tampa card. And I don't even know where to watch PFL Europe, to be honest, bro. So I wasn't too locked in, but I'll have to check them out. Billy Q and Vittori have that Rocky Balboa defense. Literally. Just get hit. Keep marching forward. And Billy Q at this point in his career can't get hit anymore. Who would you match Hooker up with next? I was hoping they would maybe do the Moicano fight, but I guess not. And I think you could probably do Hooker. Honestly, wouldn't be mad about Hooker Holloway or Hooker and Dustin Poirier. But maybe you do Hooker and Chandler again. Who knows? Who knows? Hooker and Gaethje. Hooker and Gaethje might be nice. Whatever, whoever Hooker fights is going to be a great fight. Crazy left fan. Blessings from Cambodia. Shout out Cambodia. McGrillen in PFL regular season next year. I hope. Be ready to fire. I'm telling you. What weight is this guy? Lightweight. McGrillen. Pasty mofo. 24 years of age. 10 KOs. Damn. He lost to an 8-5 guy, Wesley Maya. Interesting. Mozart versus Lopez. How does it go? Probably the same way it went the first time. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I think Mozart probably wins the decision. Mozart is good, bro. Mozart is good. I like that Hooker and Justin fight would be fireworks. I would take my money, bro. Hooker and Gaethje. Who you got winning if they give Dustin Topuria? I would probably take Topuria. Moicano saying Hooker is the turtle in the tree always makes me LOL. It's so funny. The McGrillen burner. McGrillen's in the chat on his burner right now. That's funny. Next for Woodson, give him a top 15, bro. Give him a top 15. Give him Dan Ige. Give him Edson Barbosa. Hell, give him Bryce Mitchell, bro. Give that man his dues. He's on like a 7-fight win streak. Did I see Chael's video saying he was about to throw the towel in for Kobe? I did not. That's pretty crazy. Give Woodson someone that can leg kick. Yeah, dude. I'm waiting for the day somebody leg kicks Woodson and his leg just snaps, bro. I'm waiting for the day. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Those legs are crazy. Just cashed in them. I really like how Woodson said Ilya can't do what he did to others. No intimidation at all. That is facts. Sean Woodson got a lot of confidence. All right, should we look through these champs and see if we can brainstorm who the champs will be at the end of 2025? Because I'm going to do a video on this for sure, but I'm going to just spitball here, all right? I'm going to just spitball. Flyweight? Flyweight could be, I think it's still going to be Pantoja, honestly. But maybe if Cop gets his shot, he could give Pantoja a run. But I'm going to stick with Pantoja for flyweight. Bantamweight, I think I'm going to go with Umar Nurmagomedov. Featherweight, I think it's still going to be Topuria. Unless he vacates. But I don't really see him doing that. Lightweight, I think we still just got to stick with Islam at this point. I think we do. Welterweight, I do kind of agree. I forget who said it, but I do kind of agree that I think Bilal might keep it. I feel like Bilal, he's going to heal off the injury. I know he wants to get back in there soon, but they have to wait for Shavkat to be healthy as well because they pretty much guaranteed him a title shot. So realistically, he might not fight until like April or May. And I think Bilal could beat him. So I think Bilal could beat Shavkat. Some people might hate that, but I think he does. And if Bilal doesn't fight again, then he's still the champ. But if he does fight, let's say November or December or October, Then it would maybe be Jack Della if he's healthy. Could be Sean Brady if he's healthy. And I think Bilal could probably beat both of them. But Bilal is getting older. I think he's like 36, 37. So that's not good. But I think Bilal could beat him. Middleweight, I still got to stick with my boy DDP. I think middleweight sticks with DDP. The champ reigns there. Light heavyweight, I think it's probably still going to be Pereira unless he moves a weight class. I think he beats Ankalaev low key. Heavyweight's Tom Aspinall, bro. Heavyweight's Tom Aspinall. Even if they make the John Jones fight, it's going to be Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall heavyweight. So we got Aspinall at heavyweight, Pereira still at light heavyweight, DDP still at middleweight. Well, this is not looking good. Welterweight still Bilal, lightweight still Islam, featherweight still Taporia, bantamweight Umar, flyweight Pantoja. Yeah, I mean, see how many titles changed hands this year. Pantoja was the champ. He's still the champ. Marab's a new champ, so that's one. Taporia is a new champ. That's two. Islam was the champ. He's still the champ. Bilal, new champ. That's three. So there's only three new champs this year. Marab, Ilya, and Bilal. Oh, wait, no, DDP wasn't. Fuck. DDP got his belt in January this year, so that's four. Pereira was champ, right? And John Jones was champ. So it's what, four new champs this year? I think there'll probably be two new champs next year. I don't know. I got to go over that more, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Sandhagen versus Cejudo. Sandhagen would whoop that ass, bro. Woodson wanted that performance bonus bad, but there are so many great KOs on the card. It's tough to get it. Yeah, bro. I thought he for sure would get a 50K. Did you see the clip of Armin and Bobby Green from a long time ago? Yeah, I saw that. That was like last year. I think it was last year. Last year's December card. It was nuts. Ilya would make Woodson his bitch probably with one hand. That would actually be kind of nuts, though. 6'2" versus like 5'6". That'd be nuts. Not Chimaev, bro. DDP runs through Chimaev. Prates versus Gary. I guess Prates could make a run. Prates and Ian Gary. I think Prates would win that, low-key. Figgy. Nah, Figgy ain't gonna take the belt from Pantoja. Get out of here, bro. Umar, Taporia, Islam Shavkat, Chimaev, Pereira, Aspinall. It's not bad. Brady keeps hinting he's going to London to fight Leon. I would love to see that. Does Manon beat Valentina? I think so. I think Manon beats Valentina. 2025, the year of and still. It could be, bro. Kayla beats Pennington? Probably. I would agree. JDM is for sure going to fight on the Sydney card. I hope he does. I need to see that man back in action, bro. Manel Kopp looked like Jesus Christ reincarnated. He was on one last night, bro. He was showboating. There was no doubt in that mind he was going to do whatever he wanted to Bruno Silva. But Bruno Silva's a lot different of a competition than any of the guys in the top five. I'll just say that. Bruno's 34. He's kind of old. His wins really aren't that great. Tatsuro's a dark horse for flyweight. Yeah, I mean, if he would have got his hand raised against Royval, he'd probably be fighting for a title next. So Tatsuro is definitely a dark horse. He's just got to fix his striking a little bit, get his cardio in the right path, because his back takes are nasty. Like he's kind of a greener version of Pantoja, like just crazy grappling, solid striking. Pantoja always kind of looks like he's tired, but he finds a way to work through it And Tyro just doesn't really have that yet. So, I mean, he's still young. He's definitely a dark horse. I like that. He's a dark horse. Potential odds on for Dricus versus Chimaev. I think they have Chimaev at like minus 200. Minus 200. And, if they give me my boy DDP at plus money against Chimaev, you know where my money's going, bro. You know where my hard-earned cash is going. Cop looked good, but Silva was getting his ass beat by Durden before the finish. Could not agree more, Caputo. Could not agree more. Did I wrestle in high school? I did not, bro. I did not. I wrestled in like kindergarten for a year. Then I quit. Went to basketball. That's what they said about Cup. He's old. He 41, but knocked dude out. I don't know what that says. Think Jack Della could beat Shavkat? I do. I do think Jack Della could beat Shavkat. What's good with Alex versus Ank? I think Alex could beat him, bro. I don't think Ank Alive's all that. I really don't. Would Gary beat Leon? I think he would. It'd be a boring fight, I could tell you that, though. Very boring fight. That would be my guarantees that is going to be a boring fight. Ian Gary versus Leon will be boring. Just two chess match guys, like leg kicks and jabs. That's about it. It would not be a war. It would probably go to a decision, and it would be very subjective to who won. Because that's how both guys fight. All right, fellas. I think we're gonna hop out of here. We're almost at an hour. We got Tyson Fury next week. I'm definitely gonna have a bet on that. I might lock it in very soon, and I'll throw that in for the Homo Fight Picks members. And no UFC until January 10th. No, 11th. January 11th. Is that accurate? I gotta look that up. I know it's an Apex card. January 11th. We got some time, boys. We got some time. So spend some time with your family. Enjoy the holidays, and we'll be back on the grind. But 2024 in the UFC is in the books. Hopefully it went well for you. It was a good year. And we'll make some little content recapping the year. Looking forward to 2025. Should be fun. Appreciate you for joining Sunday Service, episode number 34 in the books. We're going to take a break, but we'll be back next year.